Okay, so I initially planned on making this a real-time draw with me, but it was one of those situations where I've had a lot of people who ask to see how I draw tack in real time, so like the bridle, the leathers, things like that. So I thought that I would make that the real-time video for this week, and I would time-lapse this and do a voiceover, because there's a subject that I wanted to touch on, and there's a subject that I think a lot of people maybe would find, I hope, quite useful, because it's something that's been on my mind for the last couple of days, and it's one that I just wanted to address and talk about. I've had quite a few people who've messaged me over like the last week, or ever since I've really started doing these YouTube videos, who have been asking sort of like, or sort of messaging me saying, I can't achieve the same effect as you do with colour pencil, and I've watched all your videos yet I still can't get the colours to lay down right, or how do you price your artwork, you've got all this wealth and knowledge and experience and all of this. And I'll be honest, it freaks me out a little bit, to be honest, because I suffer a little bit, or a lot I should say, just like most artists and most people these days, with what's called, I think it's like perfection paralysis, where you feel like you can't really do anything until everything is perfect, if that makes sense. Like, for example, I was really apprehensive about doing a voiceover today on this video, or even uploading this video, because I was just like, it's not going to be perfect. I didn't finish the muzzle, I didn't finish the bit that I wanted to finish today. I had all these hopes that I was going to achieve all this work, and it just hasn't happened, and what if I don't come across the right way? And it's like, it almost like, it's perfection paralysis. I'm so scared of not presenting this perfect form, for not presenting all of this knowledge, this the things that you want me to talk about, and things like that. And it almost like makes me feel like I can't really be myself sometimes, and that's just being like completely honest. Like, I would like this channel to be like more behind the scenes, that you get to know me as a person. But I also obviously love doing the real-time draw with me. I want my YouTube channel not to be like a YouTube channel. I just want it to be like an extension of my Instagram and of my Facebook, so you can get an idea of me and get to know me. And that was the whole idea behind me creating this YouTube channel. But at the same time, like, I have so many people who message me asking me to create a Patreon, and it's something that I really want to do, but I'm too scared. Like, I don't believe I can deliver well enough. And it's something that I really want to talk about, because I get a lot of people, as I said, who will message me talking or asking me like, how do you do this, and I've watched your videos and I still can't do this right, and I've taken all your advice but it's still not working for me. And what you don't see, I feel, a lot of the time, is you see what I want you to see. So what I mean by that, just like, anyone on Instagram, anyone on social media, it's a creator's I'm trying to think what it is. Curated? I think that's the word. Curated feed of what people want you to see. Like, none of it, I'm not saying none of it's real. Obviously what I present to you is real, it's my work, like, it's what I do on the daily, but it's almost like really polished. So I feel like I won't post something on Instagram until I'm really, really happy with it, or if there's a bit more that I could do, then I'd do it just for Instagram. And that is such a bad mindset, and it's something that I beat myself up about quite a lot all the time, because I'm like, I feel like maybe you do need to see the times that I mess up, and you do need to see like the times when I've been almost not too scared, but too like worried to post or something like that, and you always see the highs, you see everything, you see like when I go to shows, or when I meet clients, or when I present my work and do things like that, but you don't see the years of like struggle, and the years of like financial loss, and the years of like, I've been doing this 5 years, and I've made so many mistakes in that time, and it's stuff that I don't talk about that much, and I don't present that side of the business to you on Instagram, because it's not really something that I would ever really talk about. But I just feel like this whole like perfection paralysis is something that's been bothering me a lot, and that's, you know, and it's why I wanted to, as I said, why I wanted to come on here today, and I wanted to talk about it, because it's something that I know so many of us struggle with. Whether you're an artist but you feel like you want to be an artist but you don't feel like you can charge X amount for your work because you don't feel like it's good enough, or you want to start filming but you don't feel like you've got a good enough camera. I think that whole mindset is so detrimental. Like, I know, for example, that I was really apprehensive about using my old camera to create content for YouTube and for Instagram and things like that, because I was like, the quality's awful. But you've just got to do it, and you've got to make the mistakes, and people have almost got to see where you're starting off to see how you grow. Like, you have to almost scroll back to my first video on here, and the quality in the camera was awful. Or like, I know it was only about a year ago, or like if you scroll way back to my Instagram, my very first work is so different to the work that I do now. And, you know, it's been 5-6 years of grafting every single day. There isn't a day really that I don't get up and I don't draw. So obviously people come to me and they ask for my knowledge and my experience, and they ask me questions, and I feel like I can't really answer them because I just take each day as it comes. I'm like grateful for what I have, and I'm grateful to do the work that I do, but I don't feel like I'm in a position where I can educate other people to achieve what I've achieved, because in my mind it's all just hard work, trial and error, and just rolling with the punches. And you've got to make the mistakes, and you've got to learn, and you've got to start off somewhere. And I'm not saying, like, I don't want this video to come across like I'm not willing to help anyone. Like, I'm 100% willing to give you all the advice I possibly can from my own experience. But what I'm saying is that I don't have all the answers a lot of the time, and it makes me really scared to come on here, because I don't feel like I can, you know, give you the content that I would like to. Like, I get really scared about, as I've said so many times in these videos, I get so scared about coming on here. I get really nervous about doing voiceovers. I get almost like really anxious about presenting myself on camera. But that is so bad. Like, we shouldn't have that mindset. Everyone has got to start somewhere, and everyone's got to learn through trial and error, as I said. And like, what will work for me might not work for somebody else. Like, I can teach you every like thing that I know about coloured pencils, but the chances are you won't get the same effect that I do, because it's just your hands, your brain will work differently to me. Everything will work differently. I could give you all the knowledge that I have, and it still probably won't give you all the answers. And you know, and I generally do believe that everyone has got to start from somewhere. Everyone has got to start from scratch, because if you don't do that, then you won't be knowledgeable, and you won't be able to sort of like look back at your work and see how far you've come. And that's something that I really almost don't take for granted, but sometimes I get so caught up with the like where I am at the moment that I don't ever look back and go, oh my word, like 5 years ago I was crying like in a doctor's surgery because I was so upset. And like, when I say like crying in a doctor's surgery because I was so upset, what I mean was like so many bad things had happened when I started this business. The reason why I started this business was because I was so unhappy. I was suffering so badly from anxiety that I had to do something. Art made me happy. Art gave me a release. And obviously I've always loved animals. So the 2 and 2 is just what I've always done. But that did lead me to, crying in a doctor's surgery. And the doctor kind of said to me, well, we need to get you better. You need to go to work, like take some tablets and you'll feel better. And I'm not going to lie to you, like I did. I took them for like a year, and they helped to a certain degree. Like they helped me sort of like regain like momentum and focus, but they are not the answer. But this is all like stuff that nobody knows and nobody sees, because I don't want to, it's not that I don't want to talk about it, but this is, and this is the reason why I am talking about it, because I do feel like a lot of the time you need to know all of this, because it's all very well me taking a photo, putting it on Instagram, or doing a time lapse or doing a real-time draw with me where I talk about sort of the mundane things, and people can come to me and ask me loads of questions. But what I'm saying is that I don't have all the answers. Like, I had to learn the hard way, and I generally think that if you learn like that, then you will be in a much better place, and you'll be able to like do everything with confidence. Like, I know that when I first started my business and when I started learning coloured pencils, I took to YouTube because I wanted to see how other people were doing it, and I couldn't find really anyone who went deep in with coloured pencils, like knowledge in that. And that's why I started this YouTube channel, because I thought, oh, I'll fill a niche and I'll fill a gap maybe, and that's hopefully what I want to do. But it's just hard because sometimes, like, the whole perfection paralysis, I feel like I can't deliver the content that, as I said, I feel like I should be creating, or like the camera's not good enough, the lighting's not good enough, or like maybe I've done a piece when I'm not 100% happy with it and it gets torn up and, you know, I have to restart. These are all things that nobody sees, because, as I keep saying, you all see just the created feed that I want you to see. But it's like with anything now, like anyone's life on Instagram, or, you know, I use Instagram as like the platform that I talk about the most, because it is the one that I'm most prolific on. It's the one that I use the most. It's the one that I'm always most drawn to. But it's almost so detrimental to mindset. Like, for example, I can post a picture, and in a way I'm really, really glad that recently Instagram have taken away all the likes, because it became addictive. And, you know, these things I did a podcast with Andrew Tischler, the Creative Endeavour, and I'll link it below for those of you who haven't seen it, and we spoke in depth about how bad Instagram could get and how addictive it was. And I said that the reason why I create so much artwork is so I can keep my Instagram so active, and I can keep the following growing, and I can keep everything growing, because numbers are addictive, and that isn't the best way to be. And it's embarrassing almost to talk about. It's embarrassing to address that situation, but I feel like it's the way that I feel towards it. And so many of you speak to me and you go, oh, you're so honest in your videos, and I can't help that. Like, I want to be able to help people, and I want, you know, you to be confident in creating, but it's hard because I don't feel like I am an educator with the coloured pencil at the moment. I know what I do and I know how to do what I do, but I don't feel confident in delivering that information to somebody else, because, as I said, it's all come from trial and error, and I don't know how to explain that. What I want this platform to be is a add-on addition to the content that you see that I produce online. So, like, as I said, behind the scenes, or like a real-time draw with me is where I sort of ramble on and things like that. And I hope that in time I will get like the confidence to get over this whole like perfection paralysis, and be able to deliver better, more confident content, because like essentially that's what I want to do. But anyway, there will be a real-time draw with me of how I create some very shiny tack when I get around to it. I didn't get as far as I wanted to with this today, and hence why I'm probably just going to put up a little IGTV time-lapse thing tonight and not actually a full photo, because it makes me anxious that I can't deliver as much as I wanted to. And anyway, it's been a weird day. I just feel like I just wanted to come on here and address a few things, and this is how I'm feeling at the moment. And hopefully I'll get over this, and I'll, you know, be able to become more confident with the content that I'm producing. But at the moment, you know, I am struggling, and I'm just struggling to reply to people who contact me asking business advice, because I don't feel like I'm in the position. It's almost like an imposter syndrome. But anyway, I hope you're all doing really well, and sorry for this is like I hope it is not like a negative video. It's just I just wanted to address a few things. But anyway, hope you're doing well, and I will see you hopefully tomorrow for the real-time draw with me, or maybe the next day. Depends how far I get with Hooli. But lots of love. Bye.